has a personal story about Niagara Falls, but one of the most romantic stories has never been told. Once upon a time, in the age of daredevils, in this still magical setting, William Red Hill met Frances Bowen and pledged to go over the Horseshoe Fall for her in a whiskey barrel before 100,000 witnesses as a gift for their wedding. But their romance had to remain secret. Franny grew up fatherless in a strict Roman Catholic home with her mother and aunt. Junior grew up in a family of 7 and watched many swashbuckling rescues, feeling pressure to live up to his father, Red Hill Sr., whose daily life was carried out on page 1, whose friends were Hemingway and Houdini. Junior and Franny met in the back of a paddy wagon after getting busted in a prohibition speakeasy. By day, Junior was a game warden, rescuing exotic gulls. By midnight, an illegal rum runner, piloting a whiskey-filled speedboat past the machine guns of the Coast Guard, sometimes with Franny on board. A bad boy with wavy red hair and good manners was Franny's escape from the Depression. As the economy got worse, heroes were born, and people wanted somebody to fly off a cliff for them. Because Catholics and Protestants were not allowed to marry, Franny and Junior got secretly hitched, and in the most public cities for love, went to a cave in the gorge to sneak kisses. The biggest risk, they discovered, was being yourself in a judgmental world. In 1931, Junior tied a rope around his waist and swam into the mouth of the gigantic whirlpool to save his father from a sinking barrel. But he yearned to go over the Horseshoe Fall, something even his father feared. Then the first tragedy. While pregnant with Junior's child, Franny died of a ruptured appendix. She was only 21. Shortly after, he married hospital administrator Alice, 5'2", eyes of blue, who had written lovely poems to the couple on Franny's deathbed. This second marriage, before it ended, produced a child, beautiful Sally. And then, on a sun-splattered afternoon, as the Carillon Tower played Amazing Grace, Red Hill Jr. climbed into the Thing.
5 others have gone over the brink before him. 2 have lost their lives. A throng estimated at 200,000 watched tensely, expectantly, as Red Hill inside his inner tube barrel is towed out on the river and then cut loose. It's man versus the elements, and man loses.
When they found his body, it was naked, except for a wristwatch engraved with Franny's name. It was still ticking. 2 of Junior's brothers died tragically as well, and none of the Hill family successfully plunged over the falls. But this story ends with some vindication. Dave Monday, who as a little boy adored the Hill family and grew up wanting to be a daredevil, avoided police on one attempt, got stuck at the brink on another, but finally went over Horseshoe in his barrel and lived to tell his woman.